Welcome back everyone, Jose21 Crisis here. Today we're playing some more Grand Prix World 2001. Been a while since I last played this, just haven't had time, and when I did have time I was a bit tired and recording went tired. Let me tell you, it's no fun at all. So last time around, what happened last time around? Argentina and San Marino. Okay, we had some decent races. Alonso, yeah, I remember now. The Ferraris had an oopsie and Mark Webber was nowhere. We finished second in Argentina. Bernoldi also got 2 points. And then in San Marino, it was that wet weather race where I forgot about Enriquez. So we could have scored more points. But Alonso got 5th. That means we're still 3rd in the championship and by a decent margin over Williams, Benetton. Those two have absolutely underperformed. They should be ahead of us, but they are not, which means very good things for us. In the drivers, right now Alonso is 4th ahead of Webber. Webber not doing great in this campaign so far. As I understand, DC is probably gonna win this championship unless Ferrari start bringing upgrades and getting their head in the game. They are not as fast as McLaren, even if it's just a little bit, but they could win. Either the Michael or DC, they could win this championship. I made some changes into our staff. That's gonna make them a bit unhappy, but I definitely need to start moving people up. I'm gonna leave just 20 trainees and just start distributing people in the upper levels. I need to start doing that right away. Just 20 trainees and like 10 averages, 10 goods and 5 excellence and 5 very goods. That should do the trick. Over here I did 3 of CFD simulation as I told you. Again, the rule is 3 Rinland plus 3 the skill of my lead designer plus the correct level in the facility. In the case of the CFD simulation, we don't have a facility, so it's just a 3 of Greenland. There it is. I put a model design enough to get 3 in, well, the model design, and then 3 in wind tunnel, and we should have the 2004 car ready to go, which I doubt it's gonna be any good. But, you know, we gotta get a good, solid performance out of the car so that Panis is happy. I cannot have Panis retiring or anything. The next problem our car has is high drag, so we gotta fix the airbox to get more air into the car so we can push the engine more. At least that's the way I understand how that upgrade goes. I managed to get traction control approved by the FIA, we just need to construct it, and I'm going to shut down driving aids for the time being, unless we get like active suspension thanks to the other teams like not being smart and letting me steal it. Which I'm going to try to do. I'm going to try to steal active suspension from Jordan. For this one, this is Spanish Grand Prix, soft tires for everyone, tarmac, full tarmac points, and 1 heat point because of that, you know, the airbox issue. I'm going to adjust that when it is time, but right now it is not the time. Right, so let's get in there. España. Okay. I'm pretty sure a lot of people brought upgrades to this race. Among them, us. We might be able to properly fight for let's see, 5th, 6th, 7, and 8 realistically instead of by pure luck. Very dry, very low wind speed. That's okay. Both on the soft, we're gonna run in a 1-stop and a 2-stop on this one. Let's get in there. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a coup going down. The McLaren men put it on the pole, and second place there on the front row, David Coulthard was unstoppable. Mark Webber wasn't. Fernando Alonso was about 0.04 of a second away from taking a front row for himself at his home race. Instead, he settles for 3rd, Bernoldi his 4th, and that final Alonso lap was heroic because it was going to be Bernoldi like 4th, and then Alonso down in 5th, because Barrichello would have been 4th. Then you have Barrichello, and the Ferraris are 6th and 7th, not the result they were expecting. Then you have Raikkonen at 8th, Panis in 9th, Montoya at 10th, and here is the rest of them. Here is Let me tell you, we are in third and fourth simply because of the soft tire. If we were using hard tires, we're something like sixth and seventh. That's the way it works. So, in terms of 30 degrees, okay, somewhat hot. I don't like it, but we're gonna run with it. So, in terms of strategy, what I'm going to do is I'm going to issue Alonso. I'm gonna give Alonso a one sub strategy. It's gonna go all the way to lap 39. Then gonna have a 26 lap stint to close it out. Third set 5 because fourth he already used it, and Bernoldi is gonna have. Why do you keep doing this? I think that's because Windows is just being an idiot. Anyway, third set 5, 6, and 7, and he's going to go lap 28, lap 56. No, pretty long stints, and then a short sprint stint. Could make it just a bit shorter. 27 and then 11 laps. Yeah. So very long starting and middle stint, and then a very short final stint, so that he gains a few positions there at the end. And Alonso just a long first stint and then a slightly shorter second stint on a one stop. This soft should be able to make this, but the man at risk is Alonso, because if he overheats his tires, gonna have to convert him into a two stop, and I just don't want to do that. He's not gonna do that well in that strat. Right, let's get in there. 100% as per usual. 100 and save. Driver orders are as you see on the screen. Bernoldi, I suggest blocking behind you, not ahead of you, behind you. I mean, Alonso, don't block you, block Bernoldi. English is hard. Bernoldi is the one that blocks. Alonso is just supposed to look forward. Okay, that's great. Bernoldi is on lighter fuel, so he should be ahead. Alonso just needs to block as much as possible. There goes a Ferrari thing. Yep, there goes a Ferrari. Both Ferraris went through. Anyway, Bernoldi, please block. I need Alonso to either recover a position or hold on to his place for as long as he can. Remember, he's on a one stop and he's gonna help Bernoldi move up. I think the better strategy here is the one stop, which is why I put Alonso on it. The tire can make it there. Please, Bernoldi, don't lose the position. But, okay, decent start. We can do better than just a decent start. No, don't lower top speed, increase top speed all the way to 8. The rear wing is gonna be a bit stressed, but we should be able to make it to the end just fine. Careful! Jenson Button already DNF, good job Minardi. And Gaston Mazzacane false started if I remember, so yeah. Okay, lap 1 it looks like things have stabilized. Bernoldi is not going to keep up with the McLarens. I was gonna call them the Mercedes. And Alonso is already losing positions as expected because his heavy fuel load and minimal braking. I want to reduce the amount of min-maxing that I'm doing with those orders, even if that means this is gonna get passed more. But well, let's finish this initial lap and then we're gonna wait to see what happens. I'm gonna try to make these videos shorter. They are already like an hour long. I'm gonna try to make them just a tiny bit shorter because, you know, I know you all have to do things. I don't want to just distract you. Who? What? Wait, okay. I thought someone else was a position. Anyway, I'm gonna try to make this one a bit shorter, not always interrupted. I was considering making this episode have 4 races instead of 2, but that was going to be a bit of a stretch. Okay, lap 3 now, and Bernoldi is 3rd and holding strong. Alonso is 7th and trying to hold as many positions as he can. Not entirely successful, but at the very least he's trying. Anyway, I'll see you later when more interesting stuff happens. Welcome to what's effectively the half race report of this race. Right now, over here, Mark Webber is leading the race from Michael Schumacher, and that's it. Giancarlo Fisichella here is probably the main contender to win the race because I'm pretty sure he is on a one-stop strategy. After that, you have David Coulthard, you have Rubens Barrichello, then you have Enrique Bernoldi. Seventh is Alonso, and I think I heavily overestimated the one-stop in this race. At best, he's going to be behind Bernoldi. At worst, Alonso is going to be out of the points, which it's not the result I expected. Not much has happened. For a while, also Bernoldi set his tires on fire. For a while, Alonso was fighting with Olivier Panis over here. Is he that Panis? Yeah, that's Panis. He was fighting with Panis for like 10 laps or so. Alonso was ahead. Eventually, Panis went through, but the future teammates giving us a bit of a show. But this, like the typical Spanish Grand Prix, just not much to show for it. We had a few DNFs in the form of course, Jenson blew up. And then Ralf Schumacher spun the car into the gravel, I imagine. Yeah, it's a typical boring Spanish Grand Prix with not much to show, which it was pretty typical of the time. This is 2003. I think that checks out. I don't quite remember that race. But yeah, not much is happening right now. We have two more pit stops to go. The one for Bernoldi and one for Alonso. We should be good to go to the end. I'm pretty sure Bernoldi is going to finish ahead of Alonso. But the question is if there's going to be, well, there are actually a few questions. Is there going to be more DNFs ahead? Like, is Ferrari going to DNF again like they did at Argentina? It's the Williams or Barrichello going to make it? Are the McLarens going to make it? I think they are pretty indestructible so far this season, other than Webber having issues in Argentina, but yeah, I don't quite remember the McLarens having any sort of issue. Will they have an issue in this race? I do not know. Tune in later to find out, and that later is going to be right now. It had been a while since the pit crew made a mistake. Now the jack has been caught. I think that did not slow down Alonso's pit stop that much, but it did slow it down, I think. 11 seconds is actually not that bad, but still, like, the pit crew had been putting down perfect pit stops since the beginning of the season. Now they finally make a mistake. It was bound to happen, but at the very least I caught that one. And we make things even worse for Alonso. Okay, even if I had put him on a 2-stop and it would have worked completely, he would not have finished. So let's not worry about Alonso anymore. It's gonna have some damage in the car as well. I may have to build another fucking car. Yes, I am that upset. I am insulting now. So yeah, Alonso's gonna DNF. It's gonna be pretty sad. But I mean, we freaking got Renault engines so that this stuff didn't happen. And it's not happening. It's happening now. So actually, speaking of, let's be honest, it's not gonna happen. We're not gonna be able to make it, but might as well try. Check the engine. It's not gonna work because it's gonna DNF around here. I know how this thing works. Look at this. There he goes. Sparks it there. Alonso has DNF'd. Unfortunate things have happened. That's gonna make everyone a tiny bit more upset, but at the very least we're gonna have Bernoldi in the points, which it's a significant victory if you ask me. At the very least we're gonna score points with someone. I guess this makes up for Bernoldi's mistreatment at the San Marino Grand Prix, but on the other hand I would have preferred Alonso to score anyway. For some reason I always get engine failures in this race. It's like it just happens here. It's either in France and in Nürburgring, I get engine failures. It's a thing that always happens, and I don't know why. It's not like I can stop it anyway. Let's keep going then. there is at the very least 5th place, and I say 5th place because physically is on a 1 stop. He's already stopped, and I doubt we're gonna be able to get 20 seconds on him in 10 laps. So yeah, 5th, it's a decent result for us. Alright, so Bernoldi just did his stop. It was a clean stop because, of course, the pit crew is really working hard to make up for San Marino. But anyway, that was my fault. Anyway, here is the advantage of pitting, having long first and second stints. It is the final stint being very short, being able to use the entirety of the soft tires, and being behind two guys that, one guy that tried to one stop and the other one is just slow. I think DC is just slow today. Yeah, DC is slow for some reason. And Physical is trying to... 25 seconds. Yeah, that was never going to work. And as proven by Physical, the one stop just doesn't work. So it's not like, oh no, Alonso ran out of pace. It's just that the one stop is not a good strategy with this combination of tires and cars. It just was never going to work out. That said, Bernoldi is very much in position to finish 3rd in this race, which is pretty awesome. Gonna be 1+ from where he started, even though Michael Schumacher, of course, went ahead plenty positions. In fact, Michael could win this race if something happens to Weber like it did on Argentina. We're gonna see. It's just 10 laps to go, so let's see what happens. Weber entered the final lap, and pretty damn sure that Michael Schumacher's not going to be able to catch him now. Also, I'm not sure Bernoldi is gonna be able to catch David Coulthard now, especially with Frentzen now in the middle. Yeah, there's no hope. So, Weber's gonna win this race from Coulthard. Coulthard was absolutely nowhere after the stops. During the first stint, he was up there, but after the stops, he just faded. It was not nice. I think he pitted with Fisichella, and he got pit stop glitched. And since Fisichella had that 25-second stop from hell, dang it, Bernoldi, you need to pass Frentzen. At this point, it doesn't matter. Since he had that 25-second pit stop from hell, that affected Coulthard badly. So, yeah, that's why he's back here. Weber wins the Spanish Grand Prix. Now the other Jordan DNF. Kimi spun the car. Both Jordans lost their brakes. So, Weber first, then will be Michael, then Coulthard, then Bernoldi, getting a very nice 4th. And I see now that I should have put both guys on 2 stops, even if Alonso was going to DNF anyway. Physical 5th, and then I think Barrichello 6th. All in all, decent result despite the Alonso DNF. That's 2 DNFs so far, one my fault because I did not fix his car enough. The other is Renault's fault. You cannot blame me for an engine exploding. That's Renault. Of course, the engine had to think. It is a 2023 engine, a 2023 Renault engine. It just gave up on us. Anyway, Weber wins from Michael and David Coulthard. Then you have Bernoldi, Fisichella, Barrichello, Montoya, and Panis, with Saracen and De La Rosa rounding out the top 10. And here is the rest of them. Alonso, of course, had that engine failure, which is annoying. So, Coulthard leads the championship from Michael, although Michael gets a bit closer. Now the gap is just 4 points. Fisichella is 3rd. Weber jumps us because Alonso didn't score any points and Bernoldi wasn't all that close to Weber. So, gap is 3 points between McLaren and Ferrari. We are still holding strong because the Williams and the Benettons just do not have pace in the race, which I'm pretty happy about. I don't mind that. We need something. Let's see the news. Oh yeah, this is Weber's first Grand Prix win, so good job. Bernoldi didn't just miss a podium place, he was not getting there. Acer, okay, goodbye Acer. I don't care, goodbye. Let's see, Ferrari, both cars in top 6. Schumacher fastest lap. Yeah, Fernando has bought a seat in the Prost team. I should change that so that he actually has a salary, but we're gonna see what happens later. Lock wheel nut on a Lacy's car, jack issue for Alonso, but actually doesn't matter because he DNF'd. Williams have traction control and arrows have auto gears. We made 400k, good. Alonso will remain, Bordeaux will remain. He might not be the best, he's actually pretty solid. What are you talking about? Staff losses demoralize our staff, it doesn't matter. We just get better staff. Just the usual, we need spares, we should manufacture stuff, Michelin reduces support, Norton increases support, race advantage, Acer's gone. Everything around there is looking fine so far. The hospitality race, I don't really mind about hospitality. Cash is still going up, it's okay. It's perfectly fine. Alright, so what do we do here? First, let's look at design. I need to keep moving people up. Just move 2 people up to average. Just keep them moving up. Same with here. Let's see. Can we get more people? No. Keep that. Yeah. Actually, it's fine. I did it right. Mechanics. Can we get some mechanics? Yes, we can. We can get at least 1 average. I want to move everyone to average first. Alright. So, yeah. Acer gone. Do I want to negotiate with like some of the people here? Will it make sense to negotiate with Petronas because we're using mobile fuel? That's it. Petronas is not a fuel supplier in this game, so yeah. I'm going to put 38% here and do the race advantage thing on Marlboro. That should give us the deal done. Then we can move on Renault and start progressing towards that partner deal, because that's the big thing. We need that. Lucky Strike decided to ditch us. Yeah, they ditched us. Let's see. I don't care about General Electric. Bring Parmalat. Everything else seems fine. We got Throttle. Good. We got the testing for the new airbox done. We got the model design. Now it's just the wind tunnel, which we should be able to do pretty quickly. Maintenance. I'm gonna build 2 spares. 2 spares. Gonna build 1 driver aid and build another car. We do have the cash to do this, so might as well. So that way we just need to fix a bit of one car and a bit of the other, or even just bring the 4th car. Leave the car number 3 as the R&D car and bring the 4th car to the races. That way I can calmly do setup and research testing without issue. Anything else I need to do around here? Why? Okay, 6 rank manager, it's fine. Okay. Okay, need to set up the 2003 stuff, then yeah, sure, we're not gonna get that throttle, but gonna keep working on throttle. We need more throttle upgrades because that reduces fuel consumption. Renault and Michelin have not brought upgrades. That is a shame. And we did not find anything in regards to Jordan, also unfortunate. Let's get those power brakes. Will help us defend. Right, time to do the usual testing stuff and then I will return to you. Be right back. So as you will imagine, I did my usual testing. Here is the testing regime I used. Gave us complete setup and complete research, which I used. Gave us 1 point in CFD simulation for the airbox and 2 points of wind tunnel for the 2004 car. I put 21% to get the extra block and get the car ready to be constructed. got some work in the upgraded throttle and managed to repair both cars in the end. So I'm gonna keep car 4 as the research and development car. I did my strategy calculations, and the first thing I figured out is first, Spain is actually the second or third most affected track by fuel. So if you put a bunch of fuel on the car in Spain, you will be stupid slow. Meaning, 3 stops and 2 stops are better in Spain than the 1 stop. So my strategy was doomed to failure. I might eventually upload which are the tracks most affected by fuel and wear. For example, here in Monaco, it's barely affected by fuel, and it's average affected by tire wear. So when you run this track, you actually bother about tire wear. For that particular reason, I'm gonna run Alonso on the hard, and I'm gonna run him on a 1 stop, and I'm gonna run Bernoldi on a soft tire. I'm trying to decide whenever I want a 2 stop or a 3 stop. The reason for that is for Spain, the soft tire could go 26 laps without massively dropping off. And remember, I tried to run Bernoldi 27 laps, which worked. Then I tried to run Alonso 39 laps, which didn't work because too much fuel and too much tire wear. So in this race, the soft can go 22 laps without dropping off, while the hard tire can go 55. That is with fuel saving and stuff. So I'm going to risk Bernoldi running on a 3-stop just to see how it goes. It probably goes wrong, but who knows. I'm gonna give Alonso 4 points of dust and 3 in rain, and Bernoldi just 3 in dust. That should be good enough for this particular race. We're ready. I hope we can get that Jordan active suspension in the future. But now, since we're actually competent, I don't think anyone brought upgrades, and since we're actually competent, now I have to pay attention to what's happening in front of me. Specifically, I'm going to pay attention to Williams. Williams is going to be our main threat when they don't underperform. Let's get in there. Monaco. Okay. Light rain. See what I mean? Now Alonso's going to have a decent chance at getting pole position. Well, not really. If it doesn't stop raining. If it stops raining, then it's gonna be free for all. And Bernal is probably gonna qualify ahead. Let's go. Right, so with this qualifying session, I think we now know the difference between our Prost and every other car. David Coulthard once again puts it on the pole and is probably going to win the Monaco Grand Prix. Second is Michael Schumacher, who's going to try to avoid David Coulthard winning this race. Third, you have Enrique Bernoldi, and you can see that we're getting very, very close now to the top of the grid if we're using soft tires. Fourth is Mark Webber in the other McLaren. Fifth and sixth is Kimi Raikkonen and Rubens Barrichello. This time around, Raikkonen actually beats Barrichello. 7th is Fisichella, who was off the pace all the time, and 8th is Fernando Alonso. As you can see here, we are about 1.1 seconds away from the McLaren and 1 second away from the Ferrari. Remember, every other AI uses hard tires. And we are about half a second off the Williams. So when I say that we win because we are the better run team, I mean it. We're not that fast. Apparently, we are also faster than Benetton by not that much. They're about as fast as us. But, yeah, we are not great. I think we're going to be able to gain half a second on the McLarens and Ferraris and establish ourselves as the actual third team. It's going to be dry, average wind speed. I doubt rain is coming. All right. So for Bernoldi, like I told you before, I'm going to be running that 3-stop I mentioned. Gonna be a pretty radical 3-stop as well. Just 24, 24. This is 72. It's gonna be a very, very short final stint, which I'm not a fan of. Bit shorter. tire says 4, 5, 6, and 7. The good thing about the rain is I didn't have to reuse a qualifying set. Like, I didn't have to use like set 1 a bunch of times. I just use an intermediate set, then sets 1, 2, and 3, and I have 4, 5, and 6 ready for the race. This is gonna be a very awkward 3-stop because this is Monaco. This is not supposed to work here, but we're gonna run with it. As for Alonso, the strategy I'm going to run is gonna go into lap 47. He can actually go to lap 55 without the tires fading. And he very much should try doing that, but I'm not going to. I'm gonna go lap 50. And then just 28 laps still. It should be okay. Alonso just testing out the one-stoppers here today. This is an experimentation episode. Hopefully this one works out better than the one at Spain. Remember, like I said, fuel is not that much of a concern in this particular track, but tire wear is. That's the reason why Alonso is using the hard turns instead of the soft. Besides, the soft cannot make it this far. Let's see what happens. Save the game. Here are our current orders. Please, thank you. Okay, start blocking and pushing at the same time. Let's do it, guys. I also gonna drop. He actually gained a place. Oh no, Bernaldi, why? No, Bernaldi. Bernaldi cocked up. He lost all of the God-given places he got during qualifying. At least Alonso did not lose much. And now Alonso is having issues. Please give up that position to Bernaldi. And you do it. Okay. Okay. Bernaldi, I think, is going to make a mistake. And I don't like when AIs do mistakes, especially in the section of Monaco. Okay, no mistakes. Drop the braking and the acceleration. First acceleration, make sure, okay. The Bernaldi 3-stop has gone bad already, but we're gonna try and salvage this. It's at, I need this to be at 100%. That should be fine, okay. I felt it a bit too fast, okay. Let's try to make up positions, because we definitely need to make up positions now that Bernaldi's 3-stop is completely busted. But the problem is this section. No, he's not gonna make a position there. Yeah. This is not looking good now. It was looking good after qualifying. But now it's not. Okay, please stop. Please stop. Please stop. He might make a mistake. I'm pretty sure he's gonna make a mistake. He didn't, okay. I can relax. He can definitely climb up a few positions from here, but... Oh, goodbye, Jensen, but again! It happened again, it's pretty early too. I need that to switch to a 2, he gained a place. Okay, the Bernaldi adventure is gonna be fun. Let me tell you that. Okay, I'll see you later, hopefully Bernaldi keeps climbing up the ranks. Things were looking pretty good, but suddenly now rain started, which... It's pretty good for Alonso because he has the rain points, but it's a bit bad for Bernaldi because remember, he's on a 3-stop. And depending on how the rain goes, it could be even worse for Bernaldi. But we're gonna see. It just started raining. Current conditions is completely very dry. Track is very cold as well. We're gonna see that what happens, but with the rain in the air, it means... first of all, that Michael Schumacher is gonna dominate this race then. They managed to catch up to Coulthard. Coulthard is around Fisichella, but Michael's gone. And yeah, if it rains, the rain points on Alonso, they're gonna make him faster. Probably gonna be able to catch with everyone ahead. Maybe not that much, but hey, there's a significant chance good things happen. But for now, the strategies seem to be working pretty okay, so I'm pretty happy. So the strategy was working pretty well until this happened. Jack got caught. Please stop it. Like that. Okay, the jack got caught, and now Bernoldi's behind the people he was ahead of. He was ahead of, well, he actually was behind Montoya. He was ahead of the Benettons, but now he's behind everyone. Well, time to try again. Weather, what do you have to be this boring? Not only it got sunny, it got dry all of a sudden. Weather decided to be boring. It was about to turn wet, but it decided against it. Montoya made a mistake. Bernoldi's finally ahead of Montoya, good. Alright. Right now, Alonso is fighting the Williams. So far, he's done a good job, but I think at some point they're gonna go past him. Right now, Bernoldi is trying to get past the Williams. Minardi, I think that's Trulli. Yeah, has to be Trulli. I mean, bottom blew up, so yeah. Mazzacane a moment ago also DNF'd. So there's also that to take into account. So far, things are stable. I could have waited and made this the half race. You know what? This is the actual half race report. Right now, Mark Webber is leading and he's going to win the Monaco Grand Prix. Why? Because it's on a one-stop. And the one-stop in this track, kinda solid. Second is Giancarlo Fisichella. Third is Michael Schumacher. Fourth is David Coulthard. Fifth right now is Fernando Alonso. Then you have the Williams of Raikkonen and Barrichello. Eighth is Panis. Panis just sneaking into the points every single chance he gets. But right behind is Pedro de la Rosa and Enrique Bernoldi. I'm not sure in what strategy the Benetton boys are. I have a feeling they're on a two-stop, which is not ideal for Bernoldi. Bernoldi needed to be ahead of these people, but the pit crew screwed up. I think there's time to make up for it. I mean, there's still half race to go, so still plenty of time to make up for past mistakes. It's lap 66. It's time for Bernoldi to pit, and here's a quick update. Fisichella is gonna win the Monaco Grand Prix if he finishes. Then you have Michael, then you have Coulthard, then you have Webber. Webber could not hold on. His tire wear was too absurd for him to hold on to the lead, so he's not gonna win. Fifth is Alonso, which is the best possible result we could have expected. We should have expected this man to be there, but it didn't work out that way. But right now it is a very interesting situation because Bernoldi is coming into pit, and I'm not sure if he's gonna be able to come out of the pits ahead of De La Rosa. Here he is, and that's what I'm recording right now. So we'll see what happens. Bernoldi in the pits. I don't think it's gonna be enough, but it's gonna be a very quick pit stop. That's it, and it's gonna be a very quick pit stop, and it's going to be a very quick car here in the end. Not good enough, but he's there. He's actually there. He could go right now, attack right now. Let's not waste any time. Your tires are fresh. You don't, in this universe, you do not need to heat them up. Go attack right away. Over here, Alonso is in no trouble. He is controlling the gap to Raikkonen with no issue. But here the pressure's on. And no, he needs to back out. He's gonna make a mistake. He's been making tons of mistakes. At a point, he was ahead of Montoya. He did another mistake. He was ahead of Montoya over here, but made a mistake, and exactly like you saw there, he dropped back. Well, at the very least, we tried. Rubens here has some sort of issue. He was all the way over here, then just started free falling. Just terrible. And I think increase now. Go. Maybe you can get the move done. I don't know who's ahead. Okay, ahead is freaking Rubens. That means we just chill. Actually, give way to Fizz. Okay, that'll do. I guess. I don't like what's going to happen now. Don't let yourself be overtaken by that Sauber. Okay, this is gonna be a pretty damn stressful end, at least in the Bernoldi end. Hopefully we can... Okay, he's past the Benetton, now he needs to pass the troublesome... He needs to pass Barrichello. And he's damaged Williams, because that's the thing it is. It is damaged. It's absolutely damaged. He got it done, P5 and P7. Now, final 10 laps, we're yet to see people start DNFing other than the Jordans. They DNF with a clutch, and most recently Irvine with a brake issue. We're gonna see if everyone can actually make it to the end, which I don't think so. But we'll see. Expect plenty DNF soon. Fisichella and Coulthard, and the top 4 is in their final lap. In the end, oh, goodbye Raikkonen. It wasn't Rubens that had issues, it was Raikkonen in the end. But anyway, the fight for the front got decided by who could go through traffic better, and those were Fisichella and Coulthard. But in the end, it doesn't matter what Coulthard tried, he was too slow catching Fisichella. So Giancarlo Fisichella is going to win the Monaco Grand Prix, followed by Coulthard and Michael Schumacher. So I'm pretty sure that Ferrari is going to take the lead of the Constructors' Championship now. But the gap to Coulthard from Michael, it's going to become bigger. As for us, we kept Rubens under control. We're going to finish 5th. Pretty solid result. And Bernoulli is going to finish 7th. He should have finished 5th. And Alonso 6th. But remember, he dropped back from the beginning of the race. So, yeah, that compromised things a bit. Also, Bernoulli is a lap down, in case you didn't notice. Goodbye, Juan. Of course, you go on DNF. Suspension damage. I was expecting something was going to happen, but in this point, it's actually irrelevant because the race is over. No, I didn't lose position. Race over. I'm showing you here. Race is over. We're 5th. As seen there. So, confirmation, Fisi from Coulthard, from Schumacher, from Webber. Then you have Alonso, Barrichello, Bernoulli, and Panis. Panis just getting points whenever he can. But we have proven that we are faster than Benetton, even though we shouldn't. But we are. Then you have Montoya with a suspension failure, a lazy truly Raikkonen with another suspension failure, Berti De La Rosa, he pinned it. Then you have the rest of them. Ralf Schumacher, I didn't notice he didn't qualify. Yeah, he didn't put drive butter laps. So there is that. So Coulthard's in the lead. Now the lead is 6 points. There is Fisichella with 34 points, Webber in 28, and Alonso in 20. Bernoulli is tied with Barrichello. Solid so far. 5th and 6th basically. Okay, Ferrari don't quite take the lead. I need to do the count back. But Ferrari, let's assume right now they have more wins. Ferrari take the lead of the Constructors' Championship by tying with McLaren. And us are casually just 40 points behind, which we're not gonna make that back. It's not gonna happen. Right. First, let me check. Okay, good. Now I can go peacefully through the negotiations, through the news and stuff. Fisi wins, Coulthard led the grid, Alonso 5th, Ferrari with a great race, and they did not take an early lead in this year's Constructor Championship. Actually, let me check. So we have 1 McLaren, 1-1, 2-1, 2-2, 3-2, and 3-3. So I'm gonna have to check second places then, for fuck's sake. Yeah, it's 3 second places for Ferrari and 2 for McLaren. So yeah, it makes sense that Ferrari is leading the constructors. Bernoulli, I don't know why he said he's unhappy with his car, because he scores some points. This game doesn't take that into account. He finished 7th, he has 2 points, but this game doesn't quite take that into account. One of the cars did stall. I don't think the issue was that he stalled. One of the pit stop, it did make the race a bit more dramatic than it should have been. You get the Monte-carlo favorite manager, even though he shouldn't, but I can change that. 341k, that's solid. Of course, wear and stuff. Upgrade the car. We should make some spares, I am aware. EV advantage. Michelin is close to a deal with Ferrari. If they do that deal, it's gonna be pretty sad. Okay, we got the deal with Marlboro, so we're gonna sign that right away, and we got the partner deal with Renault. Those are the building blocks for the 2004 Prost team. We're gonna sign those in a moment. Everything else is not going well, but that's expected. No staff to licensing, got some points. Yeah, okay. Need to hire more people, need to move more people up. 2 commercials all the way up to average now. Yeah, sure, whatever, we can pay. We have cash. Can we get 1? No, we can't. So get 2 averages there. We're about to be done with transferring trainees. Same here, just move 2. At times you can move 3, not this time. Not this time either, and that doesn't help me. Okay, but at the very least we're moving people around. Now, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Yeah, I cannot send that improved design just yet. I have to build the first throttle stage, then the other throttle stage. Let me approve this. That's 3 blocks, that's perfect. Now the 2004 car is ready, 38% efficiency. That should be like 8 or 7 extra points, which is not much, but our current chief designer and facilities do not allow us to get that much. We're not gonna build those cars right away because, no. Let me sign this deal with Marlboro. Now we're gonna have Marlboro sponsorship for 2 years and 32 million, which is 5 million more than Lucky Strike is paying us. Fantastic. Lucky Strike now. Engine. We signed that 2-year deal with Renault. They cannot get away from us now. And with some more negotiating, we're gonna be able to make Renault pay us, which is perfect. Now, Michelin. Michelin has 2 works deals available. And our target is to get one of them. So, if we use an advantage, we get 2 blocks. And Michelin is a level 4, so I'm pretty sure I can get 2 more blocks. It's gonna take us... we're gonna be able to sign this contract in France, at least. Which I think works. I would have preferred it to be earlier, but it works. Also, I need to sign this Parmalat deal as soon as possible, but first, Michelin. I will deal with that in between episodes. I think here gets actually a bit complicated. No more throttle. Let's see. Also, we did not get that Jordan active suspension. I'm starting to get annoyed. Okay. Let's build a few spares. Let's build 3 spare parts. Wait, how much it cost us to 29? Can I build another spare? Okay, it will work out perfectly. First, try. Can I get actually to get? No. Let's put the new throttle in there. And let's build another car. Like, this is not good use of my money, but I have money. I can use it. So, with that in mind, I can just get... I can just do testing with these cars, fix one of them, and throw the other one into the R&D role, and everything works out that way. Here I might as well just start developing active suspension, because no one else is going to help us with that. Sure, construct that. We should work on gearbox reliability, but actually hydraulics reliability is good as well. Alright, I think that's everything I can do for this episode. Let's just drop that advantage on that deal, and we should be okay. Anyway, pretty solid episode, not the fantastic results we got in the previous one, like Argentina we got 2nd. These are the more realistic results, 4th, 5th, 7th. and they are going to get better as we improve the car, which should be soon enough. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this one, and I hope to see you on the next one.